You looking forward to the Bond movie?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm not a big Daniel Craig fan.
You're not?
No, I think Bonds just shouldn't be blonde.
He shouldn't be blonde?
I see Bonds as being a bit more dark-haired and a bit more rugged.
A bit more dark-haired, a bit more rugged?
Yeah.
But Daniel Craig's from Liverpool. Well, he grew up on the Wirral, didn't he? I think, and he's lost that accent. Don't you think that would make a better Bond? The name's Bond, James Bond. Fucking Smirnoff Ice, you prick.
Let's have a look and see whether the new James Bond movie is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, the new James Bond film is out this week. Every woman wants him, every man wants to be him, with his steely eyes, incredible physique and his chiseled features. It's impossible not to look at Sean Locke and think, this guy should be Bond.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Daniel Craig got a gash on his face whilst filming. I suppose that's one of the perks of being Bond, isn't it? OK, one more thing to get. Something happening this week. Go on. Ooh.
Asthma.
Is it?
Is it asthma? Sponge rocketed up.
Halloween.
Halloween! Yeah. Halloween. Come on, say it with me.
Halloween.
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 Go on.
It's Halloween. And...
That's all you can say, really.
Yeah, basically, it's happening. And all the kids come and knock on your door every 5 minutes asking for sweets, which is like a takeaway service for paedophiles. It's a bit weird.
I think what they did was they sat down with all the paedophiles and they agreed that on Halloween they'd have a kind of ceasefire. Say, OK, for one day of the year, can you stop your tampering ways? Let the kids go have a bit of fun, we can all relax.
When I was a kid with trick-or-treating, right, if someone said trick or they didn't answer the door but you knew they were in, right, you would maybe egg their house or, you know, throw a bit of toilet roll through the trees or whatever. But I read the other day that one of the tricks this year is burning people's cars. That's not a trick, that's a crime, isn't it? It's not a trick or military coup.
Let's have a look and see whether Halloween is one of the most talked about things this week.
Got away with that.
Yes, it's Halloween. What a lot of the local kids don't realise is I was planning on covering my house with toilet paper anyway, so the joke's on them. So, those are the 5 most talked about things this week. In other news, they're saying the credit crunch spells a return to the 1970s. Shit, I haven't done my French homework. In sporting news, Harry Redknapp has taken over as manager of Spurs, Tony Adams has been made manager of Portsmouth, and Diego Maradona has been made manager of Nando's. We polled our studio audience and asked them, if you had to make a choice, what would you give up? Christmas dinner or Christmas presents?
Whoever invented Christmas dinner or came up with, I want to shake, I want to kiss his face, right?
Yeah.
You don't put any weight on, do you, on Christmas Day?
No.
That's our little, that's our little gift off Jesus.
Fact.
He said, eat as many matchsticks and miniature heroes as you want. It's in the Bible.
I don't like presents.
How do you not like presents?
First thing I say when I open a present, after... Well, the second thing I say... First thing I say is, keep your seat. Second thing I always say, and I get right up close, say you're my dad and you give me a present, I get right up close, but holding the present and go, I hope this isn't my main present.
I was relieved when Father Christmas wasn't real. I remember going home and speaking to Dad, going, Dad, is Father Christmas real? And he said, no, it's not real. I remember thinking, God, because I remember thinking, how is everyone all right with this guy just coming in our house? Yeah. We spend all year, like, Mum going, what was that? Was that someone coming in? Malcolm, you've locked that door, haven't you? The back door's locked, isn't it? Yeah. And then suddenly, one night of the year, we're going, yeah, there's a carrot, a pie, some milk. Yeah. Help yourself, we'll be in bed. Just have free run of the house. I remember thinking, this is insane. Make sure you go in and leave a present at the end of James's bed. I'm all right, Mum. Leave it downstairs under the tree.
That does look like the last thing. What would you say? Would you guess that weight of that turkey is?
It's not actually one of the questions we've got.
Well, the brilliant thing about this game is, we'll never know. I'm going to invent a machine that you can weigh things in photographs. You take photographs, like that big camera thing there.
Yeah.
I'm not spoiling it for people at home. This is filmed in the studio. So you photograph it,
Yeah.
and then you put it into my machine, my weighing things in photographs machine. It goes... It calculates it, and then it gives you a weight.
The only problem with that is that you have then eradicated the guess the weight game at Fates.
Yeah.
You've ended it. You've killed it. Next, you've got a camera, you take a picture of it, and it guesses how many sweets are in a jar. Yeah. You take a picture of a teddy, it tells you the name. I'm glad you are killing Fates.
I'm an evil genius.
You are.
Okay, so what do you think people would give up? Steve Jones, Christmas dinner or Christmas presents?
What?
Sean, could you invent a machine that would give us both?
What? So I
Dinner
could
and
reverse the
presents.
polarity of this question?
Yes.
I need a pair of pliers, a battery, and some salmon.
Don't
I
ask.
set to work immediately.
What would you go for?
But this machine is going to take a while.
Back it up! Back it up! No, the blue one, you idiot! All right, try with haddock.
Sean Locke saves Christmas. OK, so what do you think? Christmas presents?
I think people would rather give up dinner.
Me too.
Yes,
And we think the opposite.
Whoa, hold on. hey, listen, I know you were like a little renegade on Countdown. Do what you want in that corner with the numbers, but right here,
yeah.
there's a system, and there's
I didn't
rules.
take the pin out.
And I'm the captain.
You think they'd rather give up presents than you think dinner?
And what do you think?
I think they'd rather give up presents.
OK, I can tell you that 61% of our audience said they would rather give up Christmas dinner.
Yay, we know.
Sean, Rich, Russell, what else have the nation been talking about?
Jeremy Clarkson's come through with a cracking truckers murdering prostitute joke. He's done a joke about the fact that lorry drivers spend any spare moment they've got murdering prostitutes. But the thing is, it's gone out before the watershed. It's gone out at 8:30 at night, and the BBC had loads more complaints in the wake of the Jonathan Russell Bland thing. This is the last thing the BBC needs. God, blimey. I think what they should do, right, scrap the licence fee. The way they should fund the BBC is their complaints number should be a premium rate phone line. Just absolute filth on the BBC all day long. And they just get so many complaints, we don't need a licence fee. John Cotton just, like, stabbing someone in the eye.
It's not just truck drivers that have been offended by it. There's, I mean, I didn't see the original recording. I still put a complaint in. But...
It's tradition now, yeah. Jodie, you know Clarkson. What
Yeah, I
think?
do.
It's kind of
I think it's a
storm
bit, people are jumping on the bandwagon after...
Jumping on the bandwagon. What, and all trying to kill a prostitute?
Well, no.
Top Gear. It's such a macho show. It does need some feminine input. This time of year in autumn, it's surprised they don't grow antlers and start rutting each other. It's so competitive. Why don't they have a lady in Top Gear? Why do they? Is it just so blokey?
Jodie's been on Top Gear.
I've been on as a guest.
Yeah,
Well, not as a car.
How did you do on the old circuit?
I was top, and I think you beat me, didn't you?
Yep.
I have the record for doing the whole thing in third gear. Just put it in third and rip the shit out of it.
I did it in a shopping trolley with loads of cans. It was quite late at night. They'd all gone home.
OK, let's see if Jeremy Clarkson's one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, this is the story. Jeremy Clarkson got into trouble for suggesting all lorry drivers murder prostitutes. I tell you what, 99% of lorry drivers give the other 1% a bad name. OK, Jason, Michael and Jodie, what else have the nation been talking about?
Is it Donald Trump and his £1 billion golf resort up in swanky Scotland? Yeah. He's decided right over an area of...
Why would you say swanky Scotland?
just
Swanky Scotland.
It's like you're in a game show. You and a friend can go to swanky Scotland.
I don't think you should try to ruin the uniform greyness of Aberdeen with a green fairway.
It is. It's a granite city.
grey.
It is grey, yeah.
I met a colorblind man once, Aberdeen. Took him out of town and cured him.
I don't think that he should build this golf course and he should go away.
Rich, what do you think?
I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like the cut of his jib. I don't like anything about him. I don't like the way he walks. I don't like the way he talks. I particularly don't like whatever the hell he's got on top of his head. It looks like someone's dropped a jumper on it.
But that's what
It looks like it. Someone's just dropped a jumper's just gone plop on his head, and he's gone, I'll take anything I can get.
Mark Twain said, golf is a good walk spoiled, right, which I think shows how far we've come, doesn't it? Because now a good walk spoiled is being stabbed by a hoodie, isn't it? Or...
Right, let's have a look and see whether this is one of the most talked about things this week. Top thing people miss about childhood.
Is it the satisfaction of bellowing, I'm finished, and somebody coming up and wiping your ass?
I did that today. My daughter could quite easily do that herself. But she says, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Ready, hang on, I'm trying to read Grazia, Mum. Get on with it.
Is it limitless possibilities? My mother told me when I was a kid, she asked me what did I want to be when I grow up. And I told her I wanted to be a fire engine. This is fucking crazy, but a part of me still wants to.
Have 6 firemen ride you.
Oh, yeah.
Darnest, most of all, scabs. I get 2 to 3 hours out of a couple of scabs. To me, it was the PlayStation of my day. Get a scab, you just get it going and lift it right off. Just so it's almost sort of hanging off like a saucepan lid. Just keep flicking it.
Did yours taste like bacon?
No.
I miss maths homework.
You're literally the only person in the world.
Do you know what I like about being young, and small anyway, is that there's no small talk. No sort of chat about how are you, what are you up... People come up to me now and say, what have you been up to? I think, well, what do you think? Eat, sleep, drink, I killed a moth, whatever. When you're 9, you go cycle around to your mate's house, you knock on the door, opens the door, you go, do you want to come for a bike ride? And he doesn't say anything, he just goes, no. And you go, all right.
Top thing people miss about childhood.
Playing out?
Playing in the street.
That's the right answer. Yes, the top thing people miss about childhood is playing in the street. When I was a kid, we used to play swing rope, bin finger, knicker chase, hop, snatch, crack. It was just a more innocent time. OK, next one. All right. Worst thing you can do on a date. What's your date?
Is it celebrate your 3-minute anniversary? Woo! Congratulations! You must have been on a lot of dates, you know this.
I've had some nightmare dates. I went out on a first date a while back, actually, and this is honest-to-God truth. And it was going quite well. Got into some conversation about scars, bizarrely, and we're saying, oh, what's your biggest scar? And I'm like, oh, I got a scar on my arm. They're like, what about you? And she said, mine's internal. I was like, what? She goes, yeah, I was having sex with this guy a while back, and he was so well endowed, he ruptured me inside. No, there's more. She goes, I went to hospital, I almost died. How self-assured do I look? I'm like, I can't promise that, but I'll do my best.
Can I take this opportunity to apologise?
You know what I like to do? First date, first thing, go have a Chinese burn. And then I lay out all the photos of them going to and from work for the last 2 weeks. And I go, don't like those shoes, they'll have to go.
Take your mum.
That is the right answer.
Wow.
Yes, the worst thing you can do on a date is bring your parents. I took my girlfriend on a date and my parents just happened to be there. I say date, it was my nana's funeral. There was food and booze and everyone got dressed up. What does she want? Jim, James, what do you like the look of?
What do you like the look of?
I like the man that's had 2 arms put on.
The man with the arms.
It's been announced that the world's first double arm transplant is recovering well, so we polled our studio audience and asked them, if you lost an arm, would you rather have a robotic arm or someone else's as a replacement?
This is the guy he had in Germany, didn't he? He had an arm 2 arms transplanted on.
But didn't he lose his arms in a shredder?
Yeah, he's a farmer.
Yeah, how do you lose 2 arms? Like, did one arm go in and you go, oh, I better get that back. Oh, now look what I've done.
Wouldn't it be a bit like sawing a leg off a chair? Like he lost a few fingers and then he thought that doesn't even out, so I'll just shove a bit more of this arm in.
Guy, when he recovers, he can do things like he can just go bang, hit someone in the face.
Not
go,
me.
Not me. With the arm. Bang, the guy was a nutter.
God, I find it so strange if I was going out with a guy and he was, you know, getting a bit busy, romancing, and he just said, you know, these aren't my hands.
What if, though, Olivia, he was getting busy in the bedroom, you're getting a bit amorous, things are getting heated, he pulls away, the arm stays. The alternative for this guy, as opposed to getting someone else's arms, robotic arms.
If I did get a robot arm, I'd want it not to be just like a claw, like an Abu Hansa. I'd want it to have, like, Swiss Army knife functions. I'd like a bottle opener, a corkscrew.
He wants a frying pan there and a whisk.
So, we polled the audience, we asked them, would you rather have someone else's arm or a robotic arm? What do you think they said? What are you going to go with?
I think people would like a real arm.
You think real?
Yeah.
No, because the robotic works right away, but I'll take real if that's what you two want.
Real. It's real.
You're overruling your team.
Yeah.
OK, I can tell you 75% of our audience said they wanted a robotic arm. If I lost both my arms, I'd probably just shrug it off. Jason, Charlie and Olivia, what do you like the look of?
We'll go with the Scouts.
OK, you're going with the Scouts? This week it was announced that the Scouts are to be given sex education, so we polled the studio audience and asked them, should they be given sex education?
Maybe it's being taught ironically, like, if you weren't in the Scouts, this is what you'd be having, you know what I mean? This is what other kids your age are doing while you're, you know, making fires and crying yourself to sleep in a tent.
This is what you could have won.
Looking forward to seeing the first Scout with a fingering badge.
I used to be in the Scouts. In the handbook, they used to say, because Baden-Powell didn't approve of sex, that wasn't what... Baden-Powell's the guy who invented Scouts, in case you're missing it. And he said, if you feel like having sex, put your genitals in cold water and walk it off.
And then come to my room.
Yeah.
OK. We polled the studio audience and asked them, should the Scouts be given sex education?
Yes.
I think they look like a modern bunch.
OK, well, I can tell you that you're absolutely right. 81% of our audience think that the Scouts should be given sexual education. Back over to you, Jenny, Jason and Lee.
Is it this
Is it belly drumming?
obesity business?
The obesity business. Go on, tell us more.
Tell me more.
Stop people being obese, the government.
Fat.
Obese or fat. Yeah, Louis, that's another way of putting it.
I'm going to join this initiative, right, because I put on a bit of weight over the last
Don't
few
even say
weeks,
it.
right? No, I weighed myself this morning, right, for this, right? I guess, just have a guess what I weigh. Just have a guess. I know this is...
I want to remain friends. I would rather not take part in this guessing game.
What do you reckon? I reckon...
Two Ronnie Corbett's.
Two Ronnie Corbett's.
Sean's being polite. He meant Barker.
I'm going to join the initiative and I'm going to set my target as the 5th of April, right? And I'm going to get down... Apparently, my target weight is 13.5. That's what I should be getting down to. I'm going to go April the 5th. That's end of the tax year. And then when that bloke comes on the telly going, time is running out, time is running out, I can pretend he's talking about my life.
It's a fine idea. I can tell you this isn't one of the most talked about things this week, but it has been in the news. The government has launched a healthy eating campaign. Of course, it's not PC to use the term fat. We have to use words like bubble butt, fatty boom batty, chunky monkey wobble slobs, or blubbernaut. If you're insulted by any of those terms, how about a salad?
They should bring back bullying. That's what they should do. There's no fat kids, really. There's only the old fat kids, weren't there?
There was one in every class.
The doctor should say, I prescribe 3 school bullies. And then, as soon as you go out, they just run after you go, fatty, fatty, boom, boom, fatty, fatty, boom. Yeah, you'd soon lose it.
Sean, K-Van and Louis, what else have the nation been talking about?
Is it the raunchy vicar who was banned from the clergy for 12 years for being drunk in services and swinging? Yeah, she's a swinging vicar. Not only did she do swinging, but she was also a voyeur. Because if she believed that God would be watching. So that's a bit kinky.
Yeah.
Started.
Come on, God, you love it.
Yeah. But I just think all that praying in the daytime and swinging at the night time, imagine, must have made havoc with her knees.
It'd be great if she did the marriage, wouldn't it? And she says, do you take him? Because I know I have.
She only got caught when she turned up wearing the wrong dog collar. Yeah.
had lots of clues for all the keys in the collection plate.
I think that this is actually... The woman that should be blamed for this, or the bloke, is actually the careers officer who told her to go into it in the first place. Because at some point, they've sat down with her and said, what are you into? And she's gone, I really like motorbikes, getting really pissed and shagging other people's husbands. And at some point, they've gone, you thought of being a vicar?
Obviously, this swinging situation, people are just meeting for the first time, I imagine, or you know, they've organised it on the internet and then they've got together. Do you think there's a bit of pillow talk, a little bit of, like, in the middle of it? Like, what do you do for a living, then? I'm a vicar. Yeah, right, sure you are, yeah.
It's better than, hey, love, have a guess how much I weigh. But you can't guess, can you?
Shall we see whether this female vicar misbehaving is one of the most talked about things this week?